Hi, I'm Greg Wheeler, Mayor of Bremerton. I'd like to talk to you about the economic growth happening in Bremerton in this part of my annual State of the City presentation. Right, this first slide is the City of Bremerton sales tax history. And I just felt it was important to give our citizens, give you, a snapshot of how we did in 2020. Everybody was concerned, not only for their household, their own personal households, but their neighborhoods. And of course they were concerned, would our city keep running through this pandemic? Would we be able to provide those essential life safety services? And the answer is yes. You can see from there, we actually exceeded last year's total. So folks, there's a lot of reasons: a stable employer, a robust construction industry, the stable employer of course being the shipyard. Other factors came into play, but I'm pleased to at least share with you that we are able to keep providing you with these essential services to keep our city running and to keep you safe in your households. This is just another snapshot, a different way of presenting data. These are some year-over-year comparisons. If you look over the past 3 years, again, you can see that the numbers have actually gone up over our last 3 years of comparing 2019 to 2021. So again, I'm happy to share this with you so you know that things are doing well. We won't be doing really well until all of our citizens, though, are taken care of and all back to being gainfully employed and ensuring that their household budgets are solid. We have tremendous opportunity in our city. I think our economies are pivoting drastically. We are now in a day, in an environment where you don't have to live next to your employer. That is a game changer. So all of a sudden now in the city of Bremerton, what you have is several workers who have the option to be able to telecommute. And since we are in such close proximity to larger cities like Tacoma and Seattle, or even across the water into the Snohomish County and others areas in Pierce County, we can now provide an environment where telecommuting can thrive here. So that's a game changer. So all of a sudden now, instead of you have folks who are looking to move to Bremerton for the park system, for access to health care, for affordability, which is a big one, for affordable housing compared to these larger jurisdictions. So our goals and the way we can promote economic growth is ensure our communities are strong. The basics that a city government provides: strong park system, safe, well-lit sidewalks, a robust fire safety and paramedic services and fire services, a good community policing. All of these things now create the neighborhoods and the households that will support a telecommuter. And so we will have, and now that I felt it was important to say that we do want to be that destination for those companies and businesses that do want to locate here. So please know that is a top priority. When I first got into office, I went down to Olympia for funding to plan for the revitalization of the Wheaton Way SR 303 corridor. We just completed that final report this year. And with that in conjunction with the Harrison Hospital, we call it the East Side Village area now, those two are a large portion of East Bremerton. That is designed to not only provide a residential housing, but it's designed for commercial development and to bring business here, to provide either business opportunity and entrepreneurship from our own talent that's already living here and our own folks who are motivated, but to attract that next employer. As you know, there is no company that's off limits for us. It can be Amazon, Microsoft. We are an attractive place. We're an attractive place for workers. And so we will be open to continuing that effort to make ourselves ready. You'll see the last bullet there, expand broadband access. I'm in partnership and working with Kitsap Public Utility District. We have to be thinking about high-speed internet every step of the way from here on out. This is our future. It's our future for healthcare, for education and employment. Many of you know already I've been a strong advocate for the Bremerton Airport expansion. And I want folks to know, and please keep an open mind, expansion does not mean SeaTac. Expansion can just mean more activity than we have. More activity that actually helps us with access to other employment opportunities. It helps us with healthcare. It helps us with education opportunities. I mentioned how telecommuting is a game changer and how the virtual environment is going to be a game changer. At the very same time, there's going to have to be a place where corporations and businesses are established. We need that here. And so whether we have workers telecommuting from here who are going to be needing to travel to different destinations, or we have the employment here and workers coming in once in a while, because with telecommuting you have to have a ratio of in-person to online. Then this airport, this is a huge one. And this is one I'll stay on, and I'll partner with the port all the way through. So the one other major economic growth program and project I'm working on is the Gorst Corridor. We have a coalition established. You haven't even seen it yet. It will probably be in the Kitsap Sun soon. But we have the strongest opportunity that we've had in generations to finally fix that congestion. There's a number of factors at play all at the same time. There's the administration, the White House administration focused on infrastructure and stimulus funds to help folks who are ready to receive those funds to correct major deficiencies. With us in infrastructure, the two areas that we need the most are support with broadband, and we need support with the Gorst Corridor. We have formed a coalition to be ready, to be in line, to make sure our legislators, our federal and our state legislators, because Olympia is going to have to help, to be in line so when the funds are available, we have the shovel-ready project to fix these challenges. So, and I mentioned broadband, that will always and should always be and will continue to be at the top of our list for infrastructure support. So finance, we transitioned into a monthly water, sewer, and stormwater billing. We developed the technology to do this, and we felt it was important for two reasons. One, so we could work with our property owners if a leak had been detected or if there appeared to be some usage that might threaten their own budgets. Doing it bi-monthly kept us out of the loop, kept us as being a partner for too long. Going into the monthly billing is more consistent with how other utilities bill and how other could be internet, electrical, obviously Comcast, I'm just naming a company here, but some of the other utilities, natural gas, the other franchises that operate in our city. And so it's consistent. It allows us to partner a little bit better if there's budget challenges. Going 2 months oftentimes leads to a bigger hole for folks to dig out of. With our technology, we can also discover leaks. And so with a lot of our households, if you're away on travel, if you're a landlord or tenant, or if you're just for some reason you have a slow leak and you don't know about it, we can help with that. And so that's one of the reasons, and obviously to help people smooth out their budgets. When the pandemic hit and the state and city, nation, state, and city shut down, we had to start analyzing our budget every day. We had to start considering everything we had going for us. Our construction, we were gauging permits activity every day, gauging the shipyard's employment practices every day. Employment practices equal car sales, they equal online purchases, understanding our workforce, construction industry, and able to gauge the demand there. We were able to, while some jurisdictions, in fact most or many or most, were cutting services and even beginning to lay off, we kept up with full service to our public and our citizens. Most of this very valuable to our citizens' quality of life. This still comes to interactions every day with Finance Department. The CARES funding, I'll share with you that myself and the finance director, we developed the programs to help our local school districts move into a virtual world. There was a lot of investment there to help our small businesses, to create a program to provide assistance for our small businesses. We did this on the weekends. We did it at night. We didn't factor in pandemic and stimulus money into our work plans, so we did it when we could. One thing I'll share, and even though I'm talking about finance, I want to share with you that the same can be said for every single department. I said this about the fire and police. The parks, the same thing. Our street department continuing to move our city forward. Public Works Department and engineering actually creating in one weekend a right-of-way ordinance where restaurants could move out into the street and establish operations, where restaurants could move out into parking lots and privately owned parking lots in places like Sheridan Village. Those were all done over a weekend under emergency conditions. And so again, these are just dedicated employees who did all of this on your behalf throughout the pandemic, and we will continue to do so. Thank you for watching. You can view other segments of my State of the City presentation at the City of Bremerton webpage.